So thank you very much for the invitation again. First of all, as I saw, the complexity from the EU side is not reducing, but increasing as usual. From a simple directive when it comes to complex situation for small or medium-sized companies. So concerning the EMI, we were in the public interface, the EMI session, and we are using the system for already a few days, like it was launched beginning of this week. I remarked that there were a lot of time to develop the EU interface with many features I could have done with a normal user-friendly interface, but it looks more for a system for occasional posting than rather managing frequent posting, which is not, it's not done for big size companies to have daily posting situation, in my view. It is, you can fill some few data for 2 or 3 drivers in simple cases, but as soon as it comes to a bigger company, there's no real interface or storage solution. When it comes to your question, how long it takes to the registration of a company. So we are already starting registering company. If you have all information, it can be done quite in 15, 20 minutes, you know. First, you need to create your EU login. And then this week we had issues, sometimes it was very long, sometimes very short in the morning. And then if you have all information, it's about 15, 20 minutes. For creating a posting declaration for one driver, I mean, doing one driver is not an issue, you know, but so if you fill up manually or by import, which is not really friendly, I would say that you need around five minutes to one certificate if you have all data next to you. Okay. Then we had a question about what has your observation to the change within the portal functionalities. In my view, they had to deliver on time a system. It is what they did, but it's not what we can expect. So the system remains quite complex and time consuming. Declaration should be issued by driver, by country, and sometimes the information requested make it difficult to declare driver for a longer period than just a posting operation due to the truck also registration. This is a constraint for a company who are having to keep declaring or updating information. There's no list of truck, no API, no real upload functionalities, no automatic notification or reminders, and automatically send declaration via email. So I think this will be improved in the future. It's what they at least inform most people or participants, but we don't know at which path it will be, if it's months or years. Above that, for me, I still have an issue in the principle with the contact person, because I don't know why, and maybe Mala, you might have an explanation, why its contact person is a member state of establishment, while the control will be in foreign language in foreign countries. So the contact person can be within the company, but I think there's no capability of exchanging really live some information. So I think it's an issue. I don't know why, but I think it will not be easy. Okay, say you can translate everything online, but if you have a roadside check, I don't know how will that be performed honestly today. Even so, the list of required documents on roadside has diminished compared to Macron situation or Milog, but anyhow, it's really a simple case, but the contact person, I don't know why it can be the company, but what is the real purpose of that? I don't understand yet. Okay. After that, about the recommendation you made about shall we make an account right now or copying data? Yes, of course. I think all companies who are involved in posting drivers should try to make an account before the 2nd of February. because I think it will be a mess after that. And I don't know the system or it can work properly. To register all drivers for 6 months or where they often drive, I think, yes, they should register at least a driver where they do most posting. Any of the upload functionalities for me is not practical because we don't know if you upload a new file afterwards, if you can synchronize both environments. Normally, if you upload an old driver into already storage driver in IMI, the Excel file is not working yet. So it means it blocks you for all your list. But anyhow, sorry?
Sorry, you mean with the Excel with the driver's data?
Yes, exactly.
It's not working?
Alors, no, it works from the first point, but imagine if you have 200 drivers and each week you might 5 plus 2 minus leaving. If you want to do a new posting, if you upload the file again, if you have the same driver, it seems that it's blocking all the file. So you need to identify upfront which driver you did not upload is not active in the system. It's what we test. I mean, for the time being, we are still an issue with that. So it means on our side, we need to updrive all files each time with a new batch of drivers to be sure that there's no stop in the upload.
I ask you, how many people do you think a company with 100 trucks needs to have to do this obligation of posting drivers, to have the declaration on time exact? How many people do have to upload?
Alors, the upload, first of all, the upload of drivers and making certificates is one issue, but above that, the most issue is to control what you did, what you did not. If you have, if the dispatcher gives you the right information before, so you need more above making declaration to control that everything has been declared. So you need a system to follow your declaration, which you cannot do in the IMI system. So I say to perform that, you need someone, I make in a month, maybe a week to make declaration on 1 day a week, half a day, but more, it's just to control that many drivers where they are driving and if your certificates are there. So you need to monitor them from an IMI system, which is not user friendly. So you need to recreate aside a monitoring system, you know, if you want to do it alone. So I say it's quite time consuming for nothing. It's because the system is not properly capable of giving you alerts or notifications, I would say. Yeah. And above that, and then you have the road controls that we don't know yet how often the system will use that interface or will be roadside checks, you know.
Yeah, but when they do the roadside checks, they said that it's not taking too long because they just scan the declaration, the QR code, and then if they need some more information, they just ask the company to submit them. Yeah,
but this is a nice EU view. So you know from the national bodies who are currently BAG, French inspectors, do you think they will limit it or they get used to ask more and will continue first to ask more? This is the issue, you know, because the habits are already there, even in major Western countries when Eastern drivers are coming. The controls are never only that easy. Because they will take that, but they will go abroad for controlling the hours, you know, which is a bit out of that scope, you know. So yes, it's easier, but to which extent, I don't know yet.
Yeah, probably we will need a lot more people also on the authority side because they will have to make a lot of controls just to respect.
And then QR code. So also you need to secure that the truck is really on the good posting. So today they say you can put like 100 plates or unlimited, but it does not make sense, you know. So to find it back. So here again, from the dispatcher, you need to be secure that when you send some drivers above the fact that he needs a posting to find where bilateral or cross trade, then the driver and then the truck, and then it must match each time. So I think it's a system which from the beginning it seems start, but can rapidly become complex, I would say.
You mean that they will add new functionalities all the time?
Yes.
Require more and more information, and it will work like a big database.
Exactly. And now the systems they did, it's just a first step to say we have to deliver for the 2nd of February a solution, and we can make the publicity of import of drivers, but the system is not really reminding, giving alerts or showing anything as a for the management. It's just a declaration center, I would say. You know.
Tell me in this point, how you could help the companies? How can you be faster than their own people in the office?
Voilà. So what we give is more security by just uploading once the file, managing from our interface all drivers, trucks, license, storage of documents in case of control. And we have a robot that make all certificates very rapidly without any error. And in case of control or in all cases, we make that automatically, and we give reminders to the company when it expires or if we find any issue. And in the future, it will be synchronized with a new video tachograph, because when there will be a cross-border, we will check if by crossing, receiving from the tachograph the data, if by crossing there is a certificate in the system valid, you know. So, and in case not, to send an alert immediately to the company. But what our system is, it's much user-friendly because we have experience from the MILOG VAC-VU already, and customers can shift without changing or re-uploading all documents.
How many customers do you have at the moment?
Well, 7,500, and in Romania we have about 1,800.
And for how many customers in Romania you already started to work on the portal?
Alors, no, I am not today in Bulgaria and in the processing center, and we started since Tuesday when the release was done. So since 2 days we are registering all the day the company's account, and we wait that on 2nd we can create the certificate. So we are asking all companies to update, because before, if you were doing Macron MILOG, up to today, we need additional information to run the system in IMI, because we need the community license. We did not ask that before, for instance. In terms of each driver, it's a bit different information, but at the end, companies are upgrading, and we create all the day long and almost night and day now, all accounts to be ready for the 2nd to make certificates.
Understood. About the remuneration, I asked also Roxana if she knows if any country has announced yet, has published yet, which is the remuneration for each country.
No, I don't have that either. I know that we have French situation. We have some information, but not a complete one. So here, what we do also for customers, we try at least to gather in our extranet information per country to give a first visibility. As soon as we receive information, we publish that internally, that customers know where more or less what is compulsory, what is not yet decided, to precisely to know, to give updated information as soon as we receive it. So we have correspondence from Transport Association to gather that, but yet we do not have a complete overview.
As also maybe you hear today, most of the questions are going into the field how to calculate the remuneration. Mm-hmm. Does your company has any software or works with another company that can help automated calculation of the remuneration according to I don't know how to call it in English, the spread of the hours spent in each country, worked in each country?
Alors, so here it's a topic we try to inquire. The solution is for making a French payslip, for instance, as a transport company for a driver, you need more or less 50 information to complete. Imagine, okay? In Spain, it's about 9 or 10. So in some countries, where if we get the full hours, we can make easily a calculation. So we are starting to elaborate a simulator, which is not which will not engage ourselves as such, but at least to calculate with the first item. But it can be very complex because locally it depends, even in Spain, from a region, not nationally. But we are trying to emulate cases for simulating posting or non-posting, first of all, like the cases we have now with a new batch of answers, the minimum remuneration, and finally, also the infringement, because the infringement comes as a third, third point here. So we try at least to make a simulator, which we will try to enhance with the time for calculating easily a first level of information to be added to a payslip. And even in some countries, we try to find some partners to be able to subcontract also the payslips and to integrate some data from our system.
Look, I have a question right now rising here about the portal. Can you make a declaration for one driver for all the countries in EU?
Today, no, the system is not open. We can create the EU login and the IMI account, but we cannot make one certificate. It's only on the second.
Okay. Afterwards, the system allows to make one declaration for one driver for 27 countries?
Yes.
At the same time?
Yes, you can. So you can, and it's minimum 1 day. You can make a 1 day to 6 months, but you can there simultaneously do the 27 countries.
Okay. There's an information, a question about the small vans, when they are going to be registered. We discussed about it yesterday.
Alors, so here, where exactly? So it seems for the time being, we had some countries where we had already posting situation say to us for France that we should use CIPSI, the current Macron system, while EU-wise, they say they will have a solution in May, as we spoke. So we don't know for the time being which system to be used. We think that it's preferable to insert them in IMI, but because they change the fields to make non-compulsory fields for those who we cannot fill for vans. But for the time being, we don't know what to do with that. France say continue, and EU say wait May.